would a quick downhill rider or a quick rider be quicker downhill or slower downhill on it? That's a hard one, really. I mean, personally, I think they'd probably be quicker going downhill on it, if I'm being brutally honest, because they've got way more energy by the time they get to the top of that climb. In fact, we should really find out, shouldn't we? Mark, let's have a little bit of Peak District, shall we? You take it out for a ride on the Peak District and see if you're quicker on it, or if you feel better, or how you get on. I know you'll feel better on the climbs, we all know that. Same as me.
The suspension on this is absolutely fantastic. It was better. Away quite quickly.
Today I'm in Macclesfield, Peak District. I'm on an e-bike. It's Christian's Rocky Mountain Power Play. He recently did a review video of his Rocky Mountain where he challenged me to take it out on one of my Peak District rides. So I took him up on the challenge and I'm going to see what it's like. Hopefully this will be a good ride. It'll be interesting to see if I can beat some of my old times on Strava.
So first climb off, usually on the orange, this is a fair climb, this is. I'm sure it'll be nothing on this today. So there's different modes. It's currently in eco mode. But now I'm going to go through the modes as I go. As it starts to get a bit steeper, we move into trail mode. Yeah, that's definitely easier than normal. It's starting to get a bit steeper now, so I'm going to put it into ludicrous mode. See what happens. There we go. And instantly, that's ridiculous. Can slow down a bit, so I've got to put some effort in now. See how quickly it picks up power. So here we go. I normally struggle on this bit. So you still have to put a little bit of effort in to get the power out. But that is so much easier than on my normal bike. So I'm at the top now, so I shall drop it back down. Trail mode, eco mode, and off. And instantly you can tell the difference.
Today I'm just out for a quick spin around one of my standard Peak District loops that I do, the Macclesfield one. I've done it a few times. See how it compares to riding it on a normal bike. If you head over to Christian's channel, Electric Mountain Biker, he does a more in-depth review, so I'll leave a link to his channel in the description. Be sure to check that out. And for now, I'll carry on. First downhill.
The battery mode is currently off for now, because I'm hoping that the weight of the bike will carry me down this. Probably should have put my goggles on today, left them in the car again. Oh yeah. Well, there's nothing wrong with that so far. Nothing wrong at all. The only problem I had down there was wind in my eyes. So it's a typical miserable wet day in the Peak District. Good steps. Oh yeah. Oh. So my first thoughts on the bike, I mean this is not the first time I rode it, I did a descent at Eastridge in the dry, so this will be the first time I've tried one in the wet, but so far I'm quite impressed with this. Try and avoid all the deep puddles. Thank you. I do enjoy that first bit at the top. Oh yeah. So this next climb, it's a climb I can do, but it's a horrible climb. What I'm going to do though is get into boost. That's trail. That's boost. Yeah, and that is a lot easier. A lot easier. To be honest with you, I think I went up in virtually a high ski. But the more effort you put in, the more power you get out of it. Come to the now on the other bike. Granny gear all the way. I'll be honest with you, I'm quite glad I've got the e-bike today. It's not the most pleasant of days, but I'm quite impressed with how the power's modulating on this. You're still getting a workout. It isn't like some people might think, that you just putting no effort in. You still need to put effort in. You can drop it into its lowest gear, put it in boost and triple up it, it'll be easy. But let's be honest, what gear you put on your bike to go up a hill, you gauge it by your fitness. If it's easy, you go up in higher gear. It's no different on an e-bike. It just means that you get up it a bit faster. And you get a little bit more energy left at the top for the descent if you want it. So yeah, so would I want one? Of course I would. So the last climb bit up to Charity Lane. So this one will be an interesting one. I would like to try doing this on the e-bike in the summer, because I think I've got a fairly good time down here, and that was in the dry. There's going to be a lot of spray and wind in the eyes at the top of here today, but we'll see. One thing for certain, it's making light work of coming up it. We're at the top of Charity Lane now, so let's see how this goes. Let's go. I've got to say, the suspension on this is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. There it is. Right. Now that is actually wetter than last time I did it. Feet are soaking. But wow, it handles the rocky stuff really, really well. I was quite impressed down there. The only thing really slowing me down was the amount of water, having to wipe the lens. But for any of that, I could have done that a bit quicker. Well, yeah, we'll carry on. I'm impressed with that. I mean, I did touch on the suspension down there. They didn't quote me on this, but I think it's 150 back and 160 front. So yeah, like I say, if you head over to Christian's review video, he goes into a lot more detail. Next one. Hope his mudguard's doing the trick. And great, drops away quite quickly. Oh, I'll be honest with you, that is so much more stable than what it was on my bike last time I come. So loose, but yeah, wow, there really isn't anything to not be impressed with. I mean, the other thing is, because I'm not used to the bike, I don't know how well it's going to handle stuff till I've hit it. And on every descent so far, I felt I could have gone a bit quicker. Well, I hate to admit this, Christian, but this handles the rough stuff better than my own bike. But having said that, my bike's only got 130mm of travel up front. So you could say, when I do it, I do quite well. But this is a superb piece of kit. So I am contemplating whether or not to cut through the forest for the last descent. That forest gets extremely wet and slippy this time of year. And I'm fairly certain it'll be horrendous. On top of that, it's not my bike. I don't really want crash. But this bike does breed confidence in you. I do feel confident enough to go down it. I'll see how I feel when I get there. So this is the last descent really now. I'm going to cut through and do a little section of off-piste. I've never done it in one. So that's my aim for today, to do it in one. I am on a strange bike. Well, not a strange bike, but you know what I mean. A bike I'm not used to. So we'll see how this goes. Like always, my forest is always very wet, very muddy, very slippy, very beauty, and quite steep. Oh, bloody hell, having to avoid that bloody... Oh, caught my foot on the bloody summit of it. Oh, God, that was a bit slippy. I'm gone. Just about. In fact, not having that. God, this is where you struggle with e-bikes. Just the weight. Getting them back up. The problem with this one is if you're taking this line here, you kind of got to turn slightly to your left to line up to it. When it's slippy like that, I struggle to get the speed down to turn. I'm just wondering whether it'd be better coming down the steep bit, straight into it. That could be worse. Curious though. So instead of dropping down there, I was thinking dropping down here, which would keep you already lined up. It is steep though. To be fair, it is steep. But yeah, I think that is better actually, to be honest. I think commit. I'm gonna go back to the top, I'm gonna hit this again, one. So yeah, quite wet, quite muddy. So yeah, I just had an attempt at this one. Didn't do it very cleanly. So, ready for another attempt. That bit was better. That bit was better. And then I'm going round here. And then yes! Get in. I took the steep way in as well. Oh. Oh. And then that's the steep bit. Which Christian challenged me to in another video. Because I haven't done that bit yet. It don't look too bad, does it? Oh, yeah. God. So yeah, didn't that bad that. Don't get me wrong, it's steep, but it's just straight, no corners, straight into a puddle. Not been a bad ride out today. Got to test Christian's beast out, whilst getting a little bit of progression done at the same time. You can't afford that for a day's work. I'm back at the top again now. I'm going to do a run down the main descent. I haven't done this one for a while. It's a little bit of single track first that leads onto it, and then it widens out. Christian does say his brakes are quite good on this, let's hope so. Comes the gate. Yeah. Ooh. Round the gate. And that's that bit. Again, I think I've done that faster before in the dry.
So let's have a look at my previous Strava times then, shall we? As you can see, I'm completely and utterly smashed almost all of them. But don't worry, I did change to e-bike ride straight after taking screenshots, and I still landed myself a couple of top 10s and a king of the mountain, so can't be bad. So I think it's safe to say that I am quicker on Christian's e-bike.
And there we are, end of the ride and the sun comes out. That's typical.
So I really enjoyed that today. Bit different for me because I was on an e-bike. That's the first complete ride I've ever done on an e-bike. So that's thanks to Christian, electric mountain biker, EMB. I'll leave a link in the description. Please go check him out. He's got a superb channel. especially if you've got an e-bike. I think he's done a review of his e-bike, which is the Rocky Mountain Power Play, which looks lovely, covered in mud. So if you want to know a bit more about it, then like I say, head over to his channel. There's a lot more, goes into a lot more detail than I have. I've literally just rode it, and on that basis, it's superb. I would have one. I know he has had a lot of problems with this bike, which again on his video he does go into a lot more detail on. He explains it. But wow, yeah, superb ride. If you're looking for an e-bike, I'd definitely try one. So that's it anyway for today. So hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching.